For over a year, India and the world fought an invisible war trapped within four walls. While many Western nations were forced to bow down to Big Pharma and sign debt over medicine, Indian scientists achieved the impossible and the government started vaccinating its citizens in January 2021. The achievement of the Indian scientists and the efficiency of the government should have been worthy to make an average Indian proud, and they did. Although for a brief period of time, self-proclaimed intellectuals ran a smear campaign against India-made vaccines as well as an advocacy campaign for USA-made Pfizer, despite alarming concerns about it. The reason behind talking about this particular smear campaign is important, as it talks about how every time a particular lobby smashes the truth, it exposes their propaganda. Filmmaker Vivek Agnihotri's recently released movie, The Vaccine War, is India's first biochemical film which talks about the struggle and smear that Indian scientists faced while researching for the COVID-19 vaccine. Keeping the box office aside, the movie is well applauded by film critics and several high-profile individuals in the country. And like any other Vivek Agnihotri's movie, be it the Kashmir Files, the Tashkent Files or Buddha in a Traffic Jam, this movie received a propaganda stamp from a particular lobby. Why? Because the vaccine war portrays Rohini Singh Dhulia as the main antagonist of the story, who is a journalist at the Daily Wire and runs a smear campaign against the government as well as the vaccine. While the media is divided over the movie, with a particular section naming it folks, let's understand why this character doesn't seem to be a figment of the writer's imagination. In 2022, Bharat Biotech filed a defamation case against the media portal The Wire. The media portal went on to defame the vaccine maker even after the Indian agencies gave a green signal to their vaccine. These defamatory articles were said to be published without a proper fact check, giving misinformation to the citizens. Publishers at The Wire were ordered by the court to take down 14 articles from their website with respect to Bharat Biotech and their vaccine, Covaxin. The court said, I am of the considered opinion that in order to avoid multiplicity of proceedings, this is a fit case to dispense with the issuance of prior notice before ordering ad interim injunction directing the respondents from further publishing any defamatory articles regarding the petitioner and its product Covaxin. Hence, prior notice is dispensed with. After which, The Wire proceeded to repeat the age-old protection cover of freedom of press to cover its claims. Alleged journalist Rohini Singh has always found herself surrounded by controversies for what she calls journalism. This is the same journalist who wrote a defamatory piece called The Golden Touch of J. Amit Shah in 2017, where she claimed that the son of Union Minister Amit Shah was involved in financial irregularities within his company. Other than the 14 articles by The Wire which were taken down by the court, the publication has also published articles like question mark on the Pfizer vaccine, which some Indians campaigned for, and praising Singh in another article for her smear campaign. Currently, any articles by the byline of Rohini Singh cannot be found on the website of The Wire. In a single breath, Rohini Singh repeatedly defied India-made Covaxin and endorsed the USA-made Pfizer vaccine. She also made claims about Pfizer and Moderna's efficacy rates being higher than any Indian vaccines. A journalist's work seemed to provide truth to society. Though this particular journalist chose to ignore all the raising alarms, the collateral that Pfizer demanded to leave out of their campaign and smear indigenous vaccines. The question why is still unanswered. Pfizer has provided vaccines across 181 countries around the world with more than 4.3 billion vaccines, though India opted to stay out of the deal. Why? The main reason was the indemnity clause put forth by the pharma. The company sought a sovereign indemnity clause that said if any damage happens after the vaccine was given, the government cannot hold the company responsible. With 140 crore people to vaccinate, India became the largest market for pharmaceutical companies to target, and many so-called intellectuals tried to pressure the government to buy Pfizer vaccines. With a profit margin of about 130%, the Pfizer vaccine was sold to third world countries, ensuring debt in the name of inefficiency. Starting from 100%, the efficacy rate of the Pfizer vaccine fell down to 39%. It was later revealed that Pfizer falsified data in vaccine trials and falsely advertised it too. While everything about the price markup and the indemnity clause was published, none of the so-called intellectuals who were rallying for Pfizer chose to share it on their social media accounts. Along with this, many Indian politicians also rallied for Pfizer and mocked Indian vaccines. Many prominent Congress leaders were at the forefront in endorsing and pressuring the Indian government to let Pfizer in the country. Rahul Gandhi, taking it to X, formerly Twitter, had written, even though Pfizer has created a promising vaccine, the logistics for making it available to every Indian need to be worked out. GOI has to define a vaccine distribution strategy and how it will reach every Indian. Along with Gandhi, Jairam Ramesh, P. Chidambaram, Shashi Tharoor and Karti Chidambaram also pressured the government to buy Pfizer vaccines. Not only that, Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav went out of his way to name indigenous vaccines as a BJP vaccine. When vaccines were rolled out in the country, he said, "Why should I take the BJP vaccine?" As a former chief minister, it is safe to assume that Akhilesh Yadav must hold sway over his party workers or followers, and such a comment didn't help the people who were already scared of the vaccine. While the PM, Home Minister and almost every leader of the ruling party took the vaccine, proving its safety and urging people to do the same, opposition leaders made contradicting statements. One doesn't even know whether Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi have taken the COVID-19 vaccines or not. If yes, then which? In the end, rather than naming a movie that tries to celebrate ICMR scientists who achieved the impossible while giving a taste of the truth as propaganda, it should be celebrated. And maybe it's a guess game as why so-called intellectuals and few politicians rallied for a foreign vaccine while showing no faith in Indian scientists. Thank you. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.